All right, people, welcome back. So you guys just saw me throw some thread locker on that bolt that mounts your throttle body to your intake manifold. Me being Mr. Hulk that I am, put a little bit too much on it, putting it in originally, and it stripped. So I'm going to use that thread locker just to make it just ever so tighter, because I hear air squealing in between the crack of the throttle body and the manifold. So yeah, and taking our time getting all the cars together, then working on the interior of the SRT4. My beautiful baby. We got us a 1320 turbo. Gotta come back and get this shift knob touched up. Got us some new brainless floor mats. We need to get the car vacuumed. All right, there's the squeal. Coming right in here, man. Last time I was able to wiggle the throttle cable, it made it change noises, but it's not really doing it now. Alrighty, manifold is off of the car. Pretty straightforward. You get your fuel rail pulled, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 mils that connect the intake manifold to the motor. And then there's also a vacuum line on the back and a vacuum line there. And that is it. So just looking this thing over, this is my issue. This one right here is the mounting housing that is stripped. I know you can't see it, it's dark in there, so we're gonna get that re-drilled. This one is good. I think that's dirt as opposed to metal shaving, so we are gonna go ahead and get this thing repainted or painted. I'm tired of this OEM looking one, so we'll get that done as we get this done as well. And then coming back to the motor, as you can see, my gasket is fried. All right, I went ahead and cleaned up where this intake manifold is going to mount to the car. I didn't like all that browning. I figured we were going to have to get a new gasket anyway, so that wasn't too big of a surprise. But looking at these valves, they are a little brown. I don't see any kind of damage on them, but we probably just have been running dirty fuel for God knows how long. But yeah. All right, we just got back from AutoZone and O'Reilly's. We are using, what is this? I know you guys know the brand. I'll rip the top off of it, but we're using that branded, oh, Duralast rethread kits. I already put one down in there, but I put it in too prematurely, or I didn't drill my hole big enough and then put the new spring in or rethread prematurely. But there is our new thread, and it is time to get these driven down in there. And that little piece of the spring that you see sticking off gets turned in by this tool. Okay, so the new rethread is driven down in there. I went ahead and measured up these bolts to make sure. This one's already getting tight, and you see that one is actually a little lower than this one is, which is not a bad thing, but the rethread works. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing primered and painted, and then get it thrown back on the car. We are gonna be doing a VHT, I think this is like, I think the label said matte metallic blue or something like that, but it looks really good. So I was trying to do a chrome, but this will look just as good. So we just got our second coat of primer done. Back side, on the front. Just coming together nicely. Hey man, this thing looks good on camera, but in person, it has like a blue hue. I know on camera it kind of looks gray, but it has a blue hue. This thing is insane. That's what the cap looks like. I think it's like blue metallic. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description or whatever, or in the video. But this thing looks great. Ready to see what the whole thing is going to look like. Alright, as promised, that whistle is gone, the beautiful intake is on, the vacuum line's cleaned up, she is idling beautifully.